Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin Ashrafil Mursalin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Okay, amma ba'd. We did subjunctive particles last week, meaning they are particles or huruf that make our present tense mudhari' mansub. Yes, mansub. And we also discussed what we meant by subjunctive and what it is, what happens to the meaning of the sentence when we make it mansub. Today, we will continue with that. We have not finished our subjunctive. We have to go through what we call fa sababiyah, remember? We did ma'iyah and we did aw, which were nawasibs as well, yes. But I wanted to go back to fa sababiyah because there were certain things that we need to address. Once we have done that, then we go and continue with our jawazims. Yeah, these are the Joseph particles. So let's recap what we did last week, inshallah. So this is what we did last week. We said there were 3 types of moods for your verbs, yes, indicative, the marfu, subjunctive, mansub, and justif for the majzum. Now the subjunctive is when you want to indicate this sort of context. There's something that you want to do, yes, there's something that you want to ask, something that is possible, something that must be done. Yeah, so it's indicating something that you need to do, basically. Then we said there were 2 groups of grammarians, the Basriyun, who were based in Basra, and the Kufiyun, who are based in Kufa. And Basriyun, very simple, they said there were only 4 hurufs that made your mudhari' nasab. Yes, that was an, lan, kai, and izan. Izan, we don't find it in the Quran. Then the Kufiyin, or the Kufiyun, sorry, said, well, more than that, we say that lam ta'lil or lam kai, the lam that comes with kai, lam juhud, where we say, you know, when we deny something very strongly, yes, absolutely, I don't believe in him, yeah, he's a liar, something like that. Hatta, which can be many things, but in this case, it can, the Kufian says, it can be a light present tense half, yes, it makes your mudhari' nasab. Then we looked at sababiyah, ma'iyah, and aw, yes, and they follow the same ruling, these 3. But what the Basriyun said about all these, yeah, the ones that were over and above the 4 that they say are nawasibs, they said that the only way we can address this issue, because they cannot deny the fact that things that followed after the lam and hatta and fa and waw can sometimes be nasab. Yeah? It is mansub. So they had to explain it in some other way. And they did. They said that there is what they call, we addressed this issue as well. And as I said, with the fi'il as a masdar mu'awwal, which is your implied masdar, we will do this later, yes, and kai, yes, these are the 2 that will create a masdar, meaning when you combine an and the fi'il that comes after it, the whole thing becomes the masdar of that fi'il. Okay, the masdar of that fi'il. Okay, yeah. So like I said, the Basriyun, they said the reason why it becomes mansub is not because of these, it's because there's an mudmara that is there. Okay, so what do you mean by mudmara? Something that is mustatir, that is hidden. So there's this undercover agent that's making things nasab. Okay, and they still treated all of this like they were half of jar, or ataf, or whatever it is they normally come as. Yeah, okay. So we saw again, we saw this, and these were the translations. 2 will not, so that, then. Yeah, lam ta'lil, lam juhud, when it explains something, when it denies something. Then you have hatta, which has the same meaning, until, to the point of, but it gives this field, all the reasons that we said before, intent, purpose, yeah. So fa sababiyah, wal ma'iyah, aw, we're going to do this in more detail today, yeah. Okay. So I want to add a little bit more about lam ta'lil, the one that means so that, yes, because we sometimes see in the Quran in this way. Yep. Um, remember we said that the Basriyun said it's not the lam that makes it mansub, but the an that is hidden. Okay. Now sometimes the an is not hidden. It actually comes along with the lam. This is the only half that allows this. Okay, so it can be jawazan. Ta'an can be jawazan, not just wujuban. Wujuban means it has to remain hidden. Okay, but in this case, it is allowed to actually appear. And we see this in the Quran. Yeah, here's one example from Surah An-Nisa. Yeah, so Rasulam mubashirina wa munzirina la illa. La illa is actually li, this your lam ta'lil, an, and la. Okay, so this would be this is negation. The la is negation. Yes, so it can either be wujuban, meaning it remains hidden, or jawazan, it's allowed to appear. Yes, but only with lam ta'lil, not the others. Okay, just with lam ta'lil, and we see this example in the Quran. Okay, so let's continue with fa sababiyah. So what's so special about fa sababiyah? Because it can also be a harfu atfin. Fa, we know this. Fa meaning when we say something fa something, it is something that follows the other one. There's tartib. Yeah. So for example, let me see. Oh well, we will see an example where it is not fa sababiyah later. Okay. So let's just concentrate on this one. When we say it is half nasab, according to the Kufiyin, and there's no an mutmarah that's involved. Yeah. So it's actually the reason. What follows the fa, yes, is the result, the hustle of what comes before. Yes, what comes after the fa is the result of what comes before. Okay, this is what I put here in writing. For example, zakara fatanja. Fatanja here is actually your mudari. It would have been tanjahu, but now it's become mansub. Yes, we have a fatha instead of a dhamma here. So he studied and succeeded. So maybe you can still translate this out of, but now it's saying that because he studied, he succeeded. Okay, as a result of him studying, he succeeded. The meaning is slightly different. Okay, so studying is the reason for success. That's basically what I want to say. And I put a note here where hustle comes from. Yes, from hasala yasulu, to happen, to result. Now, this one, for those who have not done Iraq before, I'm just giving you what the Kufiyin would say and what the Basriyin would say. Yeah, there are two different Iraqs for them. So Kufiyan is straightforward. It says the fa itself is the cause of the mansub. Bil fa. And then the alamat is the same. Yes. But for the Basriyin, it's mansub, they said, because of the an, the mutmarah an, the mustatir an. Yes, that's not there. Wujuban means it's not there. Yeah. Jawazan, we saw the previous slide. La illa, it can appear only for lam ta'lil, not for sababiyah. Okay. Some of the examples from the Quran that we see here, for example, here is Surah Al-An'am. And do not follow other ways. Yeah, وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا السُّبُلَ. Yeah, لَا تَتَّبِعُوا. So this is, what is this? La tatabi'u, is this negation or is it prohibition?
Prohibition.
Prohibition, yeah, because it is lightest here. But here we see tafarraqa instead of tafarraqu. So fa has done something to this, or the Kufian says fa has done something to it. But of course the Basriyun says no, there is a mudmarah somewhere there. Yeah, that's making this mansub. And here's another example. Fa again, yes, and yudaifa, not yudaifu. Yeah, so it has become mansub. So who is it that would loan Allah a goodly loan so he may multiply it for him many times over? Yeah, so adafan kasiratan is to multiply a lot. Now, here we are. We're going to talk about fa not being sababiyah. Okay, so how do we know this? This is one example. It's still dhamma. There's no fatha there, so you know very well. Then this is atfin. It's not sababiyah. Yeah. So Zaid reads and then Amar reads. Um, for Umar, we don't have the wow. Okay, for Umar, we don't have the wow. For Amar, we do put the wow. Yeah? This is how the Arabs write it down, so you can tell the difference between the two names. So fa here is atifa. Yes. Now, for it to be fa sababiyah, there must be something before it, which must either be a denial or a request. Yes, either a denial or a request. Now, let's look at the previous slide just now. Yes. So this is a request. Who is it that would loan Allah a goodly loan? Yes, this is a request. Who's going to give Allah a goodly loan? Yeah, and do not follow. This is prohibition. Yeah, this is prohibition. So this is another one of the forms where we said here. Yeah, there must be a denial. You prohibit someone from doing something, or a request. You're asking someone to do something. Yeah. So any one of the following 9 things need to occur. But the thing is, I have it in a form of a poem. Yes, I have put it in a form of a poem. This is how the Arabs memorizes it. But it means something because it's a line of poetry. Yeah. And I'm not very good with Arabic poetry, so I didn't attempt to translate this, but it is something about a person who is asking for forgiveness. Yes, and how do you say? He was turned away from them. They wouldn't forgive him initially, but then he kept on hoping and wishing until they did. Okay, until they did. Yeah, so qad kamilan kamalan is actually his request. Yes, his request for forgiveness was finally given. Yeah, but maybe one fine day we can try and attempt to translate this and see how it goes. Yeah, but this will help you remember the 9 things that need to occur before fa is sababiyah. Okay. Okay, this one you can just guess. This is mur, which is a command. Yes, to command. Yeah, mur. Okay. Let's have a look at the different cases. Amr. Zakara fatanja. Study so you can succeed. Yes, study so you can succeed. Ad-du'a. This is when you're making dua. Allahumma tub alayya fa adkhalal jannah. Yep, sorry, this is not right. We'll correct that. Ya Allah, forgive me and enter me into Jannah. So in this case, you can see there is no Dhamma. There is no Dhamma. So the Fa is making it mansub, or the an mudmarah is making it mansub. Now, if you take an as in the Basriyun's i'rab, then fa would be just your normal atfin. Okay, but if you take it as what the Kufiyun say, then this would be your nawasib, nasibah. Okay, nahi, when you forbid someone from doing something, fayudillaka, fayudillaka. So do not follow whims, for desires, for here, translated as for, will lead you astray. Yeah, so you become astray, yudillaka. That should be yudillu, but now it's yudilla. When there is a question, yeah, hal zakarat fatanja. Hal zakarat fatanja. Sister Fatima, would you like to translate this one?
I'll try.
Mhm.
Did you remember?
Yeah, I forgot. Zakara in this case is study. Yes,
Okay.
to
Oh yeah,
study.
this
There's
yeah.
another name.
So hal. Hal here is did, right? Or
It's a question.
yeah,
So hal is a
do
question.
do
Do. Yes, do.
do study so you succeed.
Yes, correct. So do you study so that you can succeed? Yes. So how we want to do it? But of course, the Arab have a nice short way of doing it.
Mm.
They just say, "Hal zakarta fatanja." Yeah. Do you study to succeed? Yeah. So here we see why these are all mansub. Then we have something called al. Now that's all dod. Now, this is a request that is made by a person to another person of equal standing. Yeah. So like you and your sister, yes, or you and your friend, same standing. Not like your great great grandfather or someone very very young to you. Yeah. So this is a request that is made by a person. When I say equal standing, on par, you don't have to how do you say, show a deference to the person. Okay. So here, it's also a question. Ala tazu tazurani fa'akrimaka. Yeah, fa'akrimaka. Usually it's akrimu. Now it's akrima. Yeah. So here, will you not visit me so that I can honor you? Okay. Will you not visit me so that I can honor you? And here, ala tadnu fatabsir. Yes. What is tabnu? Tadnu. Does anyone know? Sister Nada, do you have any idea what tadanu is?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay, but you have heard of
That's,
it, yeah? You have heard of it before.
yeah.
It's actually to come close. Come,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
to come close, yeah? Ala tadunu fatabsir, yeah? Will you not approach, okay, to be seen, yeah? So maybe
Yeah.
someone's in the shadow somewhere and you can't see them and you're asking them, please come, yeah? So that I can see you. Ala tadunu fatabsir. Then we have this request where it is not made by a person to another person of equal standing. This is a hod, yeah, a hod. So this is a demand, yeah, not a request, a demand, because you're the big guy and he's not the big guy. By someone superior, example, father or mother to a son. Yes, so maybe this is me very frustrated because my son did not study. So I go to him and I say, Halla zakarta fatanja. I say, do you not want to study to succeed? Yeah? Do I have to keep on nagging every day? This is the tone of the request. Yeah? It's like that, more like a demand. Yeah? And a question at the same time. So this is why we have this piece of line of poetry just now to help us remember. Yeah, so here we have that, we've seen this, we have seen the dua and the command as well. So maybe one day we'll go through that, inshallah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's move on. Tamani. To wish for something impossible, mustahil, or rarely possible. Okay, mustahil. Ya laitani kantu ma'ahum fa'ufuza fawzan azima. Yeah, the fathahatan should be on the zai and the mim and not on the alif. Oh, I wish I could have been with them and win a great victory. Yeah, kantu. This should be kuntu, right? Hmm? Sister Ali? Should it be kuntu?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, all right. So that's another typo. And then here is another one. If only youth returns one day, and what and tell him what he did in youth. Okay, this is a clumsy translation by me. Anybody can make a better translation. Shababu ya'udu yawman fa'ukhabirahu bima fa'alu mashayib. Okay, what is the meaning of this? Shababa. Let's have a look. What do you think are the root letters for this? Sister Fatima, what do you think?
Yeah, Sheen Baba.
Shin Baba. Do you think this is all right? This is all right?
Mashid.
So let's go and see what Shin Baba is all about. Yeah. To become a youth or a young man. Shabba. Imagine that there.
We say like Shabab, right? For youth, we call it Shabab also. For young.
Oh, in Urdu, is it? Oh,
No, no,
okay.
in Arabic also.
Yes,
We,
yes.
like, I remember
Yalla Shabab.
my teachers, my school, my daughter's teacher, Ya Shabab.
Subhanallah. Well, I learned that. We don't do this. Sister Alim, do you do this? Oh, Shabab. Okay. Subhanallah. Okay.
I also have heard many teachers, Yalla Shabab, when she's calling us, or to get concentrated or something like that.
I see. Oh, it can be young, something young, right? It must be a young woman can be, a young man can be. And mashbub, this now, oh, this is like a kindergarten. Maybe not the same word that we saw just now. Let's have a look at the slide. Where is my...
Sister Zoraida,
Yes?
can you go to the previous slide? I just want to take note one thing.
Oh, this one?
This one, okay. How to pronounce that?
Tazuran? Al-Ard. This one?
Ardi.
This one will
Ardi.
with a dhamma. Al-Ardu.
Okay, this
Haddu. Yeah?
one.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. So if only youth will return one day. So he wants to become young again, yeah. And then that the youth that he had then would tell him what he did when he was young, yeah. So this is supposed to be someone who is young, right? This should be what an isim maf'ul maybe, yeah. And he
Yes,
did,
that the
yeah,
one who is, yeah.
yeah, who is young. Okay, so here's another example. Wow, this is Surah Al-Baqarah. This is Surah Al-Baqarah. This is when people are pointing fingers during Akhirah, yeah? If only we had another turn at the worldly life so that we could disassociate ourselves from them as they have disassociated themselves from us. Yeah, so this is a very scary thing. And I believe there is also an ayah where shaitan turns around and say, you know, I didn't ask you to follow me. I only suggested or I only whispered. You were the one who did the rest. Yeah, so it's a very scary thing when we think about it. Yeah, inshallah. Okay. Raja, to hope for something possible. Now, in this case, it's possible. You can't get back your youth. Yeah, you're already dead. You can't come back to this life anymore. But this one is something that is possible. So in this case, you're hoping for Allah to forgive you. Yeah, so fa'adhulu, fa'adhula, to forgive you and let you enter Jannah. Yeah, la'allah. So there is this element of hoping. So that's why this fa is now sababiyah. And here's, it's quite a long ayah. Yes, it's about Muhammad. I didn't put the whole thing because it couldn't fit. So I just took the key parts just to show that this is to hope for something, la'allah, yes. And this is the result of it grammatically, that this is now no longer a tanfa'u, but it is tanfa'a. Yeah, tanfa'u. So this is to benefit him, yeah, will benefit him. Because there are some more words in between here, which I have translated, put the translation here, but I didn't put the Arabic here. So this part is just to be reminded so that remembrance would benefit him. Yeah, so remembrance would benefit him. Then nafi, this is something we see often. Nafi, so this doesn't change. When it's nahi, then it becomes a mansub again. So this is a word I have learned recently about waking up. Yes. So instead of if I, is it us or us? Sister Raleigh, is it us or us?
It will be right?
First time.
Us takizu. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. So this is becomes za. So does anyone know any pattern or rules that can help us remember when it is and when it is u? No? There's something that
Uh, does it have to do anything with the next word? Like what doma, onta something? I'm not sure.
in a way, yes. So we'll see this later. Yeah, we'll see this later when we do our saf, inshallah.
I never seen it before with a dame, really.
Oh, okay. Ooh,
I'm just curious now when it comes with a dame.
asticos. Which one? Which comes with a dama? Which one was that? There was another
Was the
slide.
question about the verb istayqadha or
Yeah,
about the part? Yeah.
yeah. This part, this hamza, whether it is
Yeah, this Hamza,
astaqiza,
how can it be with a dame? In which condition?
that's
I
what you're
can't
thinking
relate
of.
it.
Okay. When it is with sin and ta, yes, normally it has a fatha. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but there are cases where you have but not with sin and ta. Inshallah.
Inshallah, we will learn, inshallah.
Yes. Okay. La yuqda alayhim fayamutu. Death is not decreed for them, so they may die. Yeah. So I assume this must be for those who are in nar. Yeah. They are forever alive. I think they are forever suffering. I'm not sure. Uh, Sister Fatima, do you remember any something like this for Fatir?
Yes, it says
Mm.
like for those who are in, for they cannot, they will wish to die but they cannot die. That
Die.
is
Yeah.
electron. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's yeah. Okay. I just want to go over this because that day we were having some confusion. There are actually two different root letters. Istiqbal is qaf, ba, and lam. And qalbin, harfu qalbin, is actually qaf, lam, and ba. And when you use qabala in the family 10, it means to seek something, whatever it may be, now, yeah, or in the immediate future. As soon as you finish saying it, you're going to do it. Yeah. This one is to turn or change. Yeah. So harfu kalbin, it makes your mudarik into a madin. Yeah. Basically, we'll see it here when we do our jawazims, and we're about to start our jawazims. Okay. So what is the jussive mood we saw that in some ways. There are 5 main contexts where you use the jussive mood. After the negative particle lam. Okay, verse 112. Verse 112, yeah. 112 is which surah?
Surah Ikhlas.
Yes. So what lam am I talking about here when it's the third ayah?
Lam yalid wa lam yulad.
Yeah, lam yalid wa lam yulad. So if you notice, or whether sometimes we don't notice, this is actually lightest, yeah. And this we would never. How would you like to translate this, Sister Fatima, when it's lam yalid wa lam yulad?
He is not. What's the translation? Nor does he he's not begotten, nor does he begot, something like that, right?
Yeah, he does not beget, and he's not, is he, begotten? Yeah. So this is the passive one, right? Yulad, or is this the passive one? Or is there passive? Okay, the other question, is there a passive for something
Yes,
that
yes,
is
this is the
lightest?
passive,
Yes.
of course.
Yulad
Okay.
is
All
passive,
right,
right?
good. Alhamdulillah. Okay, just something I just wanted to ask. Okay, here. So there's lam amar. Yes. After the imperative lam, this is when you command. Yes. Now, this lam amar is not used with the second person. It's not used with the second person. Okay, it's not used with the second person. It is used with the third person, for someone who is not there. This is the difference between amar amar and lightest or jusif mudari with lam amar. Yeah, they're both commands, but one is a proper amar, meaning that it is your present tense lightest, which has the ta removed at the front. Yes, and it's a proper command. Whereas this lam amar makes the lightest mudari. It doesn't change into an amar. It's still the lightest mudari. Yes, but because there is a lam, then it becomes a command, and you can use it for someone who is not there. Yeah, third person. As a prohibition, this is imperative, la nahiya, and what comes after it is, of course, months. Oh, it's of course lightest, sorry. As a result of an imperative, okay? As a result of an imperative, we'll see this later. And in conditional clauses, which is shartiyah. Yeah, if you're wondering what is conditional in Arabic, shartiyah. Okay, so for tonight or today, we're just going to look at the ones that make the words that make the fi'il that has an effect on just one verb. Yeah, it has the effect of only one verb. So just like what we saw just now, lam yalid wa lam yulad. Okay, so these have effect only on one word. So what do I mean by that? Okay, like this example, lam yaktub zaidun. Zainud, how do I say this? Zaidun adras. Yeah, adras. Okay. So here it only acts on yaktub. That's it. End of story. Okay. So this is what we mean by kalimat that makes the things that make the kalimat lightest. It's only one. Yeah, the verb is only one that it affects. Lam, lama, lam amar, and la nahine. So lam, like Sister Fatima translated just now, did not. He was not begotten, nor does he beget. Yeah. And here we have the qalb. Yes, the qalb, remember, not istiqbal. So Zaid did not write the lesson. Here it refers to something that has happened. Yeah, can't turn it back. even though it's mudari. Yes, even though it's mudari. So that's why we say, basically, the present tense, mudari, is turned, yeah, yuqlabu, majhul here, or yuj'alu, or made into the past. Yeah. Okay. Then we have lamma. Now, lamma, we saw this before, but not in the context of a jawazim. Yeah, we saw it before. Lamma ya'ti Zaidun. So, Zaid has not yet come. Yes. So here it refers to something that has not yet happened, but we expect it to happen. Doesn't that sound familiar? So now it's not to be confused with the zarf lama, which means when. Yeah? So you have lama ja'a Zaidun, Zaid when Zaidun, when Zaid came. Yeah, something like that. When Zaid came. So this makes jazm as well, because this would have had a ya, yes, but we drop the ya, the half ila is dropped, and it becomes lightest.
So just one question on the
Ah,
Arab over there. Harfu jazmin wa naf'in wa qalbin.
okay, yes.
Yeah, this one. Harfu naf'in wa jazmin wa qalbin. So it is naf'in because of the la, and
Mhm.
then jazm is obviously it's making it majzoom, and then qalbin is you said something that changes, right, Sarah? Because in the last slide you said qalb
Yeah,
is to change.
yeah, yes, because this
Mm.
is something that has not yet happened. Yeah.
Ah, mm.
So in this case, the present tense is changed into the future tense. Yeah, it has not yet happened. Ah,
Okay.
okay. So in this case, not like the other case where it changed it to the past tense, did
Past.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah. In this
Mhm,
case,
mhm.
it pushed it to the future. Yeah.
Okay. So it's doing both the things then, Sada. Like harfu jazm can
Mhm.
do both the things.
In the case of lama, yes, it can do this. It can have this future effect. Yeah, for lama.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just for lama, Sada. Okay.
Yes, just for lama. That is.
Okay. Exactly.
Amin wa iyaki. So here's your amar back again. That should be alif there. So للطلب لينفق ذو ساعة من ساعته. Okay, let the one with wealth, zu is our, this is a special mutaf that means owner, yeah. The one with wealth spend from his wealth. Okay. And here, wal, the lam amar originally was li, but when we have wa in front or an atfin in front, it becomes wal. Takes on a sukun. Yeah, wal yattaqillaha rabbah. You find this in the Quran, and let him fear Allah, his Lord. Yeah, this is just a way of writing, and it's changed because of the wa. We've seen this happen in other cases as well. Okay, now here, because we're saying Allahumma, we cannot be commanding Allah. Yes. The lam here is sometimes called lam doa. Yeah, lam doa. But it does basically the same thing because it's a talab, it's a request. So فَلْيَعْبُدُوا رَبَّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ. Yes, فَلْيَعْبُدُوا رَبَّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ. Now, this lam has, just putting it in words what I've just said. Yeah, it is usually ma'sura. The term ma'sura are for letters, remember? Yeah. Um, except when it is preceded by fa, waw, or summa. All of these are uh, huruf atifah, yeah, atfins. Then it is sakina. Yes, it will become sakina. So we'll say half mabni ala kasr or half mabni ala sukun, depending on whether it did come with waw, fa, or summa or not. Okay, so if it did not come with them, then it will be kas. If it did come with them, then it will be sukun. Yeah. Okay. So here's another one, the long one. Summal. Summal, the sukun, the sum. Yeah, this is wal because of that. Yeah, well, and the other one, what did I say? But I don't have an example here. Just wal, is it? Okay.
Sada, here in وَلْيَتَّقِ Rabba, the qaf got a sukun, sorry, qaf got a kasra because it is wawul qasam, or is it because of iltiqai sakin?
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. The wow has, sorry, repeat the question again.
So I said this, the letter qaf got the kasra. Is it because of the wawul qasam, or is it because of iltiqai sakinin?
This is not wow kasam. This is it is an
Just fatha.
yeah, yeah.
So then it is iltiqai sakin.
Yes, because of the lam amar here. Yeah, this one. So that's why it's lightest. But it's not written with the kasra anymore because it came with the
It preceded with the waw. Yeah.
Yeah, just a manner of writing. Inshallah. Okay. Yeah. So we said wow, fa. We saw that. So we've seen actually. We saw both the examples of fa, wow, and summa, where it comes with a sukun instead of the normal kasra. Yeah. So here it is. Okay, nahiya. Okay, to ask to stop doing something. Yeah, you tell someone to stop doing something. La taktub darsak. Do not write your lesson. Or maybe here they're sitting for a test or something. Don't, stop writing your answers. Something like that. Rabbana la tuzigh qulubana. This is the dua that we know. This one is what? Is this from Surah Al-Hashr? Rabbana la tuzigh qulubana. I can't remember.
Suratul Furqan, I think. Oh, no. No, that is that one. Sorry.
Yeah. So that I think it's I don't verse number 10 if I'm not mistaken. Because this is something, is a dua that we all like to say, right? We don't want to be shown hidayah and then at the end of the day, we turned away. Okay, so tuzig is majzoom and we'll say because of la. Yep. And la comes as a dua. Yeah, because we're talking about Allah. Okay.
Oh, Sada, it is Surah Al Imran. It's on the first page of Surah Al Imran.
Oh, really? Okay, so it's not Asad, so it's Imran. What ayah is it?
And number 8.
8. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you said Imran, 8 was in my mind. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
I think Hasha number 10 was the one about not being, not having any ill feelings towards the believers, if I'm not mistaken. That's another dua I like. Alhamdulillah, because sometimes we have that element of jealousy in our hearts. Yeah. As like I said, we were learning in our tafsir class about the little Fir'aun in all of us. So we have to control that little Fir'aun from becoming a big one. Inshallah. Okay. So, sorry. So now I'm just going to do an intro. We won't do this in detail. We only do this next week. Yeah, the lightest present tense. So let's have a look at what we're looking at. This is the famous one, in and isma. Isma has the same meaning. Translation is in. If. Yeah, basically if. It's a condition. Now, in affects two verbs. So does isma. Yeah. For example, in tuzakkir tanja. So both these verbs have become majzoom. We can also say isma tuzakkir tanja. Same meaning. Yeah. Right? So here, if you study, you'll succeed. So then you know that basically what I'm looking at here, or what we're looking at here is, sorry, that should be a lam. Looking at here is actually the shart, the fi'il shart, and the jawabu shart. Remember, we just did, what was it that we did? The qasam and the jawabu qasam, right? But the way it's done is different. It's not like here. Here we have two lighters. Yes, we have two lighters. Then we have these man lil aqil. It can also be shart. We'll see examples of this. Ma and mahma, which is for ghair aqil. Yeah, we'll also see how this works later. And we have aina, haisuma, ana is all is about a location, place. Yeah, aina, haisuma. You can eat anywhere from the when how to say Isa, not Isa, sorry, subhanallah, Adam and Hawa, yeah, and his partner. Hawa's name is not mentioned in the Quran, right? Only Nabi Adam alayhi salam. So they said you can eat from anywhere, haisuma, yes, but don't go near that tree. Okay, then we have mata, ayana. These are all zaman. Yeah, so these are the ones who affect or which affect two verbs in a row because all of them belong to the shart family. Okay, the conditional family where you have the fi'il shart and you also have the jawabu shart. So inshallah we will do this next week. Yeah. Any questions before we go? I have one more slide. Forgot about this. This is the most important one. I is the only isim shart that is mu'arab. Everything else is mabni. Okay? I is the only thing that is mu'arab, and you can use it for akil and ghair akil. Human, non-human. Yeah? I. Okay, inshallah. Thank you. Okay, so no questions. Sister Bashira, quiet today? No questions? Maybe she's busy. Okay, inshallah. All right then. Subhanallah wa bihamdik. Nash'adu an la ilaha illa ant nastaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
جزاك الله خيرا وعليكم السلام طبعا.
Amin wa iyakum.
Jazakallah.
Barakallahu fikunna.